It is 2 o'clock, and we are ready to kind of get started. And we're just going to kind of just kick off here with just a few just kind of introductory things. So here's what I want to do to just kind of start off with, just kind of have a little fun with. But if you would help us out on some things, first and foremost, if you would go ahead and hit that mute button just kind of during these first few moments that we're going to be talking. We want to make sure as well that nobody gets to jump in or anything like that. So if you can help me out by that, by hitting your mute button, that would be huge to get us started. And we're going to be walking through just some different just presentation type of things. And then we're going to have a time as well just at the end. I'm really excited about this. We're going to do just a prayer focus, but thank y'all. Thank you so much. I think everybody would just, everybody on the adult team during this time would just be saying to you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you're doing as group leaders. I know that Kathy, Tammy, and I know Dixie is on here, Brad, others, Becca. I mean, we're all on here, and we are all just overwhelmed by what you guys are just continuing to do as group leaders. And so thank you so much. I'm up here in the loft, up here in my little closet area. You can kind of see my little office. And so wherever you're coming to us from, might be the kitchen table, might be the bedroom, maybe you're wherever it is, the kid, we just say thank you for joining in for this time. I don't want to waste your time by any kind of means, because your time is valuable. We appreciate, once again, all that you're doing. And so we want this to just be rewarding to you. So we are just kind of a heads up too. We're recording this. And so you don't have to worry about if you miss something in everything that we're talking through, all the points today. Don't worry, you'll be able to go back, watch it later. But we just want to have kind of a brief time just to come together and just say, hey, let's celebrate what God's doing. Let's just kind of share a little bit of some challenges that we can just encourage you during this time. And let's get ready for a great fall. You might say, man, in the midst of all this, Joseph, that we're talking about, that we're going to have a great fall, you better believe it. And so I get excited about that. I get always excited whenever groups just start to come together in ways we just start to kind of see. And I'm excited about next week. I hope you are too. It's Labor Day weekend, we know, but we also know that our Sunday morning AM groups are able to kick off here on campus. Our Wednesday PM groups are going to be kicking off. Our Thursday night groups are going to be kicking off as well. Some of you that are off campus, you guys have already been starting maybe with the Exodus series. But man, we are just so excited where God's just taking us on this journey, and while we're continuing just to see that God's just bringing people to us. I don't know if y'all saw during the worship service today, but Dakota, gave just a great just appeal to people to just sign up for groups. And we're going to just talk a little bit more about that. But I just know over the past, every single service that we had somebody that was signing up for groups. And so I just think that just shows more and more people are desperate for a community during these times. People are feeling isolated. They want to just join in. They want to find a place where they can just connect. And so once again, thank you so much for what you're doing and just providing that place where people don't have to feel out here alone. They can really find a place where they can feel connected and begin to belong. And that's what we are excited about. So let me jump in right here. You might kind of say, Joseph, what in the world is today all about? And I want to give you just one main word that we're going to focus on. So let me jump in here to our presentation, and then we're going to just roll from there. We got some really cool stories just to share with you guys along the way. So let me just do this real quick. All right. Boom. All right. So here is our word that I want us just to kind of be thinking through for this day, for this time. And I hope you can all see this right here. But the word that I want us just to remember is engage. You guys, I'll tell you what, it was so cool to just see this summer, just the different reports of how whenever we had to go on lockdown, we had to kind of shut everything down on campus, whatever it is, but we were sending out stories or asking for you guys just to tell us just how your group is engaging. And it was so cool just to see how you guys just did a great job with that. You kept people engaged. You kept people just moving forward, even through the midst of COVID. And so I just say thank you. Thank you so much for what you're doing and just keeping people engaged. And we want to carry on this theme. Yeah, we're gonna promote about gathering. You're gonna hear about that overall. But really, our theme word that we want to focus on for this fall is engage, especially for this workshop. So I want to talk to you real quick about what that looks like for us to engage in our groups, because that's a big question for us. So when we think about that, how do we engage in our groups? That's a real big thing, but we're going to just hit these 4 quick areas here. The first area is community. When we talk about engagement, we're talking about community. We want people to find a way that they can gather, whether it's online, in person, whatever, at work, whatever it is, that we want to see people take that journey to where they are just gathering in community. And what a powerful thing that is. And so what does that mean for us to gather in community? It means we're meeting people right where they are. Y'all know during this time, we've got so many different people that are in different parts of the spectrum relating to coronavirus. We have people that are very careful about it, and we understand that, no problem. We've got people as well that they're more open about it, and that's totally fine. We have people all along the full spectrum of that. And we as group leaders, we've got to meet people right where they are. We've got to know that it's okay for people to be all along the spectrum. And once again, we got to meet them right where they are, and we got to encourage them even through that. And the way we do that is with community. We are engaging in community. And so that means sometimes we provide multiple experiences. It might be that you're engaging in community through your group online. It may be that you guys are doing some online, some off campus. Whatever it is, you're thinking of how do we keep people just meeting right where they are, how we keep them going. And the focus of this is biblical love during these times. Jesus told his disciples right before his death, he said, by this, all men will know that you are my disciples, by how you what? Love one another. And that's what we want to see. We want to see that biblical community just coming together of how even through these tough times, we are loving one another. We're caring for one another. Community connects into caring. And so I wanted y'all to hear just a real quick story of just how people just kind of came around. And we as a church, we've kind of come around. We've helped some people in community. So Bill, I know you're on here. I want to unmute you here for a second. And I want you to, in this moment, if you would, Bill, I'm trying to get you here. Hold on one second, buddy. You might have to hit unmute for me, Bill, real quick, but will you share as well just kind of what happened in your experience, and just let that be something that the people can kind of hear from during this time of just how we were able to come around and connect and provide community to you and Linda during these times.
As I understand it, you'd like me to share with you how that the church has and our group has shared community with us during our time. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I can say to you and to everyone that it has been an awesome experience to see how the staff and how our group has responded to us. You have, I had a birthday, by the way, and the adult leaders, Tammy and Kathy, they kind of, I think, took the lead on that. And I got some nice balloons. And then I got a lot of nice cards from staff, phone calls. And it was very encouraging to me and to my wife to know that at my age that people still love us and still care for us. And my group, they continue every Sunday when we talk by Zoom, or when I call my group, not every Sunday, not every week, but most every week. I will try to call my week to see how everybody's doing. And there's always an encouraging word, wanting to know how we're doing. How can we pray for you? Um, I know that there was a meeting recently about how can we help Bill and Linda with their responsibility. As you may know, I go and get the two of the great grandkids every morning for school day, take them to school. Then I go back in the afternoon and pick them up, take them back to their house. I stay with them until Renee, our daughter, uh, she gets home about 15 to 5. And so I take care of the kids. Linda hasn't felt well. And we found out one thing, it's better to take the kids to where they stay all the time than it is to bring to our house. So I can say by our staff, by others, by our class, there's just been a biblical love that's been expressed to us that's been so rewarding, so encouraging. Uh, Sometimes you just need people to love on you. And I'm telling you, I can say today that we've had great love, biblical love expressed to us and encouraged us and built us up. And we're so grateful for all that y'all have done for us.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bill, for that. Thank you.
Okay.
And what the biggest reason I want y'all to hear that is that, there's times whenever we're not all perfect. We're all going through different things. Life hits us, and even you as group leaders, y'all know life has hit you in so many different ways through this coronavirus season. And that's what we do as the body of Christ, is that when we hear of somebody that we're in community with, we're showing biblical love to, that we rally around together and we say, how can we help? How can we build you up during this time? And that is why groups are so valuable during these times, is that you really get a chance to engage in community. You're getting to have some fun. You're getting to have socials, all those different things. You guys are doing fun things through Zoom, all of that stuff. And we want you to continue to do that. But don't miss as well the biblical aspect of it. You guys are really making an impact, and it's really just shaping lives during these moments. So I want you to hear that. So thank you so much, Bill, for sharing that. So let's talk through as well of just what about engagement with caring? Because I think this is such a key thing for us to just kind of stop and think through. Here's one of the things that I want us to really just start to pray about as group leaders. And one of the things that we are going to start to do, because during this time, this is such a time for us to engage in caring through serving. And so this is such a key moment for us to rise up as a group and to say, how can we see those that are around us that need help, see those opportunities that are right in front of us, that we can rally around and help people that are maybe less fortunate than us, those that just need that time to just grow in Christ, that we can do as a group. And so here's the thing that I'm putting before us. I want our groups to at least once a quarter to serve as a group. Now, I want you to hear a little bit of the why small groups need to serve, a little bit of what this is all about. And I'm going to share with you just a powerful story from that. But I want you just to hear a little bit of this that's going on, a little bit of the why of this. So I know we got Bob on here. Bob, are you present here with us?
I am present and accounted for, sir.
All right. Let me find you. There he is. All right, Bob. Bob, will you just share with us just real briefly, just what's the why of why you see small groups serving, and what the value is that you see?
Yeah, Joseph, thank you so much for the opportunity to do this. Oftentimes people will talk about going on overseas trips or national trips, whether it's overseas to the DR or, to the Bahamas this year, or some of the other places, India, that we've had in the past year. And there's some amazing things that can happen overseas, but there is tremendous opportunity right here in town. And I'm really, one of the things I appreciate about this season is helping us reconnect with that. Now, I think the biggest why our purpose on missions is growing, disciple-making disciples. And I think that when we become involved in the inconvenient kingdom, in that kingdom work that stretches us beyond our comfort zone, or comfort bunker, as I like to call it, in that work that stretches us beyond our convenient time. I don't have time for that. I've worked all week. I've got all these other commitments. It stretches us beyond. It helps us to grow in our discipleship. Now that's something of a selfish motive, I guess, because we also want to be directly involved in helping those that we serve grow in their understanding of who Jesus is. But I find, and coming up years ago, I was Joseph. About 100 years ago, I was an adult educator back in the day, and I know that seeing groups serving together outside of the classroom not only draws the community closer together of that small group, but it also, on an individual level, we are confronted with our own, the things that we'd rather not talk about. Maybe it's our own selfishness. Maybe it's our own short-sightedness. Maybe it's our own sheltered lives and the communities that we came up in. Maybe it's our desire to control our time. And, the reality is it's not our time, is it? It all belongs to the Lord. And so I think one of the great opportunities that we have is to engage these local mission efforts, so many of them that are just so great, to grow those that we serve, their relationship with the Lord, of course, but it will invariably, every opportunity will help us grow in our own relationship with the Lord. And that's where that growing disciple making disciples comes from. And that's all a part of it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, Bob, for that. I mean, I think that's, guys, just so powerful for you to hear, of just really just the almost the transformation that happens the more that we just get connected and get in serving, is that we see that it does impact us, yes, but really from that we're seeing the outflow of what happens in our communities with people. And the transformation can occur whenever people are hearing the gospel and getting the opportunity to respond to it. So what a powerful thing. Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, Bob does such a great job. But here's the powerful thing that I get excited about, is that we know Bob can't do it alone. And so I started praying about what is a powerful way that we can connect more groups into serving. And y'all know we've got this lady that's on our adult team, and she's got a passion for serving. And I mean, she has really got a passion for serving, and I'm excited about it. But I wanted you to hear the why from Bob, but I want you to also hear a little bit of the how with Tammy Freeman. And so Tammy is stepping into this amazing role for our groups, as she's going to become our small group serving champion. And you're going to hear about serving from Tammy a lot. And Tammy's going to do a great job, I believe, of just helping to connect groups to serving. But I want you to hear a little bit of the how with Tammy. So Tammy, why don't you share with us for this time a little bit of the how of this, okay?
Perfect, thanks. Okay, so, can y'all see me? I'm so sorry. I'm so super excited about this, and Joseph's making me keep this very short, so I'm gonna be brief. We are so excited about serving, and I have a passion for serving, and I've served internationally and locally. And honestly, guys, I did not realize just all the opportunities that are available locally. So what I've done over the last few weeks is visiting all the ministry profiles that partners that Bob has listed on the missions page. So if you get a chance today or sometime this week, just go to the missions page of the website and kind of become familiar with all the different serving areas. And so what I would like to challenge each group to do is to find an own champion within the group. So this person would become very familiar with the ministry profiles to try to figure out what works best for your group. And there are a lot of opportunities out there. And some of the ones that are great for individual, like women, there's some that's more geared toward women's ministry. There's a lot of opportunity for men's groups, and there's a lot of opportunities for not only groups, but to have your kids to come and serve alongside of you. There's a lot of opportunities out there. I didn't even realize so much. So I'm just going to mention a few of those today. Some of our ministry partners are Good Shepherd's Home, Portico, Amelia's Closet, Journey Home, Last Call for Grace. That's a few of those. You'll see more on there, but a lot of them have so many opportunities for y'all to do that. So what I would like to do, challenge you to come up with a champion in your group that can review that page to see what opportunity you'd like to do. And then I can help assist you. I would love to go with your group, maybe even to some of these places just to get you started. And then the good part about it is like take pictures and have fun, enjoy it. You're going to find out you're a blessing to other people, but most of all, you're going to receive the biggest blessing yourself. And afterwards, Bob's really good about when we go on a mission trip, what we do is we come back and kind of all come together and talk about all the highs and the celebration and the victories of that mission trip. So I would even encourage your group after you have served to come back together and talk about that, talk about the highs and what you experienced and just how you saw the Lord work through your group to do that service mission. But I'll be available. You guys can call me, you can email me. But once you decide the direction you want to go, I'm going to be checking in. Like I said, I would love to go with your group, connect. If you're looking for, if you're a men's leader and you're looking for a men's serving opportunity or a women's group, or you're one of those groups that want to take your kids with you to serve, I've got a whole list of things that each ministry need, all their serving opportunities. I've got a list of it. So we'll connect and I can get you started, okay?
Awesome. Tammy, thank you so much for that and just that ministry. I'm telling you guys, once again, I'm so excited. One, who God has here on our team, and just in this season. I mean, to think, just during this season right now, that we would be like, well, how can we even get out there more to serve, right? Because I'm telling you, if there was ever a time that the church needed to be seen as the hands and feet of Jesus Christ, it's right now in these moments. Guys, I want to just kind of even just, I want us just to grasp even the weight of what we are experiencing. The reality is, I mean, you could talk to the pastors that are here, different ministers, staff, whatever it is. There's not a lot of books that are written about dealing with a coronavirus situation. And the reality is that we are in brand new territory in a lot of different ways. But here's the thing that we know that we're still called to do in the midst of all this, to still be the hands and feet of Jesus, to go and to share the gospel. The Great Commission has not stopped. And what we want to do is we want to encourage you, help you as a group of how you can continue in that. Once again, meeting people where they are. That's what Tammy is excellent at doing. She's going to meet your group right where you guys are and help you to take that very first step. It may be a tough step. It may be something that just starts slowly. But the great thing is that she's there. She's ready to walk the journey with you. And we're going to just see this amazing transformation happen more and more. So I'm so excited about that. Now, the other thing you might say, well, man, Joseph, in the midst of this, you know, I would know we're caring for people in so many different ways, but I may have some times whenever I just need maybe to pray about some things. I may have some moments where I really just need to share some things. The great thing is we have a great team of people here that are called group leader supporters. And we especially set these up for our off-campus leaders. And the reason we do that is that so many of our off-campus groups, you guys feel like, I know sometimes you're out here on the island, you feel like nobody's really wondering about us or anything like that. And we wanted to knock down that barrier and just take away that assumption. The reality is that you have a team of people, and you have somebody that has been assigned to you that they are dedicated to simply praying and caring for you. And so here's the biggest thing I want to encourage you to do. You're going to get calls, you're going to get contacts from group leader supporters. The worst thing we can do is to go silent on them. Kind of the new term is kind of called ghosting. Don't ghost your group leader supporters. Let them know that you're there, and they want to know how they can support you more than anything else. They're praying for you. They're caring for you. They are serving you during these times. And so don't miss out on that opportunity. And let me tell you, they can be a voice for you. They can help you in so many different ways. They're not there to coach you or anything like that. They're simply there to support you, because we want you to know there are people that care about you, and that we are here walking this journey with you, just like we want to go out to our community and we want to walk the journey with people for that as well. So thank you guys. Thank you so much, Bob, Tammy, group leader supporters. Thank you for what you're doing and how you are truly just making an impact in that way. In fact, here in this moment, what I was asked, and you may not be able to see, you may have to scroll through your screens here a little bit, but you should have a function there on your screen, a little thing where you can hit that's either a raised hand or an emoji or something like that. If you are a group leader supporter, if you will hit that emoji or some kind of emoji that people can scroll through and they can see your name, see that you're on here, that would be a huge thing. People can look and then maybe they can put a face and a name together for that. So once again, I'm not going to just, I'm not going to ask everybody to introduce themselves here in this moment, but I do want to just encourage, if you would, hit a little emoji. You guys can scroll through. You can hit the arrows. You can kind of see who all is serving right now as group leader supporters for us. So thank you guys again for what you're doing in that. So let's continue on here. We've been talking about caring. Now I want to talk about how we're going to engage through connecting. Engage through connecting. Guys, I want to tell you, I know this season, once again, can be such a challenge to us. And we want to engage and meet people right where they are. So I just want to say thank you so much, as you guys have really stepped into maybe some new areas. You're doing online groups, and guys, thank you so much for what you're doing on that. Some of you as well are trying the hybrid group experience. Now you might say, what in the world is a hybrid group experience, right? Well, here's the thing, and I just want to give you a quick information about this. A hybrid group experience is where you guys meet maybe online for a certain number of times. It might be 2 times a month. It might be 3 times a month. But then you try to meet physically 1 time as well, or maybe even 2 times. You maybe alternate weeks, whatever that is. That's one version of our hybrid group experience. The other version of a hybrid group experience, I kind of think of it like a live look-in, almost kind of like what some of us do on Sunday mornings when we're at home, watching the service online. You're watching a live look-in to the worship service. And so something that your groups may want to try is a live look-in. You can do Facebook Live. You can make it in a closed group. There's many different ways of where you could do a live time of teaching, and then people could come in and they could watch that. So once again, you're meeting people where they are. You may have people that say, what, I'm just not comfortable being in the group experience yet. Totally fine. We get it. We want to find ways how we can connect and keep people connected in that. So whether it's online, off campus, on campus, hybrid, whatever it is, really the limits are just endless on this. And we want to encourage you, be as creative as possible to keep people engaged. Keep people engaged. That's the big thing. Now, the other thing as well, I want you to sort of be reminded of is just what's happening with our groups through our website. And so there's some really cool things. I want to point out just a couple of things to you here. One is about our group resources page, our group finder, and then Touchpoint. Of course, Touchpoint's our new management system. So let me show you a couple quick things. As you all know, right now, whenever you come to our main website, the blue bar across the top is talking about our re-entry. So especially for our on-campus leaders that are watching right now, I really want to encourage you, make sure that you go and you look at what we are asking for in our re-entry. What we're talking about with masks, what we're talking about with social distancing, what we're talking about how groups are going to be meeting. And the big thing always to remember, guys, right now, and I'm going to say this more for our children in preschool parents and groups that are out there, is that if your group's meeting on campus during this time, you have to RSVP for your kids, even on midweek services. So make sure that you're doing not just Sunday morning midweek or Sunday morning services, but you also have to do midweek. And then as well, let me just say for the Sunday morning, I don't want to make this too confusing by any kind of means. Sunday morning, if you're here for 2 hours, you have to RSVP for 2 hours. So let me just say it again. Sunday AM on-campus groups, if you have kids and you are going to plan for them to be RSVP'd, you have to do it for 2 hours. Midweek groups, any men, women, co-ed, if they have children, they've got to RSVP. So please make sure that they're following through on that, okay? So here's our main webpage, as y'all know. If you notice under the groups tab at the top, we have moved group resources underneath our groups page. So anything that you're needing on the group resources side is going to be right here. So you can see we've got our discussion guides. They're available for the Exodus plan. We have the different video resources that you can use. You can do the find a group. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. Of course, y'all know we still have our Bible study curriculum library that's here. So if you ever want to come and you want to connect with David about checking out some curriculum, getting to kind of look what some of the different Bible studies are out there, you can come and you can do that here. We have tips and tools, our small group leader guide that you guys have. And if you don't have a copy, the great thing is you could go right here to the website and you can download the PDF version of this. So we've got a PDF of the small group leader guide. It talks about different things about how to lead, how to facilitate, all those things. Then all of the training videos that we've been doing a lot of online group training videos, a lot of videos about just how to be a small group leader. All of that is available right here under this tab, this link. It'll take you to a YouTube playlist, and you get to click that and go to all these different options that we have available for you. Of course, group serving opportunities, just what we talked about with Tammy and with Bob. We have those opportunities listed right here on our website under the group resources page. Once again, as you have questions and you're thinking about how can I start this process, don't just wait. Please go ahead, reach out to Tammy. Let her help you in whatever way. Of course, our child care resources for our off-campus groups that are needing child care. Always, please keep coming here to do your child care reimbursement forms for your groups. And then you can see down here the leader resources. This is about our new management system, Touchpoint. You should have received in your email your login and the different videos of how to use Touchpoint. If you did not receive that, please let David know, and we will make sure that we get that to you as soon as possible. But on that, this is where you'll come to log in to your Touchpoint system. So when you come there, you'll click your login, you'll be able to go right in, it will pull up, and you'll be able to see your group. You're going to be able to see different ways to email them, to contact them, stay in contact. It really is a great user system for you guys, okay? I don't want to get into a lot of that here just because you can watch the training videos. But if you come across somebody as well, you say, hey, this person was not on our group list and they have started coming to our group, please hit this new group member tab. This is where we want you to add new group members, okay? Where you click on that, there'll be a form. You'll send it to them, they'll fill it out, and you'll be set on adding those people to your group. It may take a week for them to show up, but don't worry about that. We'll get them there, we'll get them counted, all those things. I'm excited about Touchpoint, one, of what's coming as well in the future, of how we're looking to have an app with this. And so the great thing is that you'll be able to use your iPads, your iPhones. You'll be able to take your attendance right there on those. You'll be able to access your small group discussion guides. All those things will be right there in your hand, which is going to be a great, great user experience for you. It's going to make it happen really, really quick. So I just want to encourage you, go check out the website, see that. Now, here's the one last thing I want to kind of point out to you. Under the Find a Group section, in fact, I'm going to come over here to the adult groups page. Under the small group, adult groups page, there's a Find a Group section here. Somebody, if they want to go and look at different groups that we offer, they can come right here. And whenever they click on this button, it says join a small group. And what's really cool is we've taken all your information that we had in our system about your group, and we have put that right here. Now, here's the other thing I want to encourage you in. If you notice, Adam right here, if Adam has a picture that's for his profile, that will pop up right here. So the great thing is that whenever you go into your profile, whenever you go into your Touchpoint login, I want to encourage you, please go ahead and add a photo there. Now, let me just put the disclaimer out there, appropriate photo, please, okay? But please put a photo up there, and that will automatically upload right here into this section. The great thing is people are able to use here on the left side, they're able to use what type of groups that are out there. They're able to look at the days, the times, all these different filters that we have available, and they're able to find what type of group that they're able to look for. So once again, I encourage you, please, right as you get into your Touchpoint, go in there, make sure that you have a great quality picture that's put there for your family. People want to see you. They want to know you. That way, if they see you around, they can also get to know you in that way. And so please put an appropriate picture up there, and that will be a huge help whenever people come in here to our group finder. They'll be able to see who they're connecting with in that way. Okay? So that right there, once again, it's a great, great tool that we have right here. Now, I want to talk about one more quick thing. And the great thing is with this, you can use email. You're able to email your entire group just like what we did before. But the user function that is so quick, is so nice. You're really going to enjoy just the email function that's there and the contact feature of this. So we're going to really like Touchpoint. Now, here's the last thing I just want to encourage you in, and then I'm going to take some questions from you guys, okay? The last thing I want to encourage you in is content. Guys, I know we're in this time of where we can get so many different messages about different things. And I know sometimes, we're questioned so many different ways of, who do I need to listen to? What do I need to listen to? Even in the news, we can hear out there, there's so much different news that's out there, right? Real, fake news, all that other stuff that's out there. Here's the thing I just want to encourage you as a group more and more to just lean into. Keep the Bible as a source of authority in your lives. And I know that kind of seems like basic, like baseline, but guys, I want to tell you, this is such a time for us. Whenever people are looking for truth, they are looking for what's really true in our lives. I want to encourage you, don't run to just a book or something like that. It really needs to start in your group with the Bible. And that's what I'm so excited. I'm so grateful for just our adult team of how we constantly just try to think of ways, how can we put the Bible in just the circles of our life? And that's really what we want you guys to continue to do in your groups. You have circles of friends. You have circles of people that are around you all the time. And keeping the Bible as the focus, I'm telling you guys, that solves so many questions and answers so many problems. And so I just encourage you during this time, I know it's just a crazy moment, but the foundation, the greatest foundation we have here in this time is the Bible and Jesus Christ. So keep that as a source of authority right now. Focus on taking people to the next step in their faith. You're going to have some people we know in our groups that, whenever we get to talk about serving, they're going to be like, well, I have never done that kind of thing before. I've never stepped outside. That's going to be stepping out of my comfort zone. And the reality is that's what you do as a group. You provide the accountability, the encouragement to say, hey, let's take this next step in faith together. Let's see how God works through us through this time. And you know what's going to lead to? Spiritual growth. To think, even in the midst of this time, I don't want to be insensitive by any kind of means to where we are. I get it, man. We're in some difficult moments. We got stresses that are on us. We have stressful things, schools, all that stuff that we're dealing with. Marriages are hurting. And guys, I want to tell you, just as we heard today, it's through these moments that God will do his greatest work. And sometimes it's through the sufferings in our life that leads to some of the greatest spiritual growth. And so I just want to encourage you during this season, lean in that. I want to just challenge you in that. So here's what I want to do just here real quick. Come back to this. Here we go.